Hello, great people of Atlanta Falcons Nation. Mad Mike Sports, Six-Man K-Style, Drew Talk Sports, Blackberry Race Coach Unchained, and the crew. Um, as you guys know, this is another episode of Unleashed, where you just never know what you're gonna get from time to time. I could be very calm, I could be cool, informative. I could say the most wildest, ignorant crap that you could probably ever think of. This is what Unleashed is about. All right. So if you seem to get in your feelings about something, you might want to go ahead and unsubscribe. You might want to not be a part of this particular live show, because your ass gonna get got in here. Everybody gonna have a day. Every dog has their day, and especially rings true on this channel. I mean, my name is Mad Mike. I was given the name Mad Mike for a reason, so I can always find something to be angry about, and I can always come off as angry. But that's what Mad Mike Sports is all about. And if you're Atlanta Falcons fans, we got every fucking thing to be angry about. So, hide your kids, put them to sleep, watch them, put them in front of a TV, watch them, make them watch Coco Melon or some old school like the Rugrats. You know what I'm saying? You might want to do that right about now, because shit is about to get ugly, it's about to get filthy, it's about to get disgusting. But I have to say this. This is something that's really been pissing me the fuck, and I mean capital as big as you can fucking get. Lexington Steel, Cherokee the ass. I'm talking about Andre the Giant. I need it as big as you can possibly fucking get. All right, the biggest you can fucking get. You know what I'm saying? The biggest fucking thing. Spontaneous ecstasy. That's an old school one for y'all. All right, I need it as big as we can possibly fucking get. Twin Towers big. I need you motherfuckers to understand what the fuck is about to go down, because I'm hearing this shit over and over again, and there's something that I'm pretty much lost my cool with. And this is the aspect of football that frustrates me to the absolute T. Okay? Just gonna be real. It frustrates me to the absolute T. So, as you guys can see at the very top, if you can't read, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody got a college degree. Not everybody's a doctor. Don't have, not everybody has okay. Let me just say this. Get the dick out your ass, okay? Just get the dick out your ass, get it out your throat. Because some of you, I've seen some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Just the last couple of weeks with the signings with the Atlanta Falcons. Okay? And the reason why I put that at the very top is that because for some fucking reason, everybody think this is supposed to be fucking Madden. Like, they really do have their expectations. They say, no, man, I just want a good team. Well, not everybody is going to be fucking good. Know what I'm saying? Let me ask you guys this. This is a simple question. How many guys do you think is like Mad Mike? Let me just ask that. Let me ask that question, because this probably going to go over some of you people's head. How many people do you know, all right, is like Mad Mike? How many Mad Mike sports is you gonna see around this motherfucker? In this world, how many Mad Mike sports is you gonna see? None? All right, you got none. One from the therapist. Yeah, Archangel, what's up, player? Not too many. Ain't now. You kind of see where I'm going? Yeah. I want to see a few more comments, just because I want to hammer this down for whatever reason. All right? Maybe one south side, okay? Maybe one. I want to see a few more. Well, come on, people, don't be shy. I know you motherfuckers can type. Some of y'all can type without autocorrect. All right, come on. Type, motherfuckers, type. Thank you, Archangel. These other motherfuckers, they probably at lunch or probably hiding in a bathroom stall, so they ain't do no real work yet. So, but I say that for a reason. It ain't too many. I don't know anybody that named themselves Archangel, okay? I don't know too many people that say they are the Falcons therapist. I don't know too many people that say they're Southside 12. I don't know too many people that call themselves Big Ant, the nose tackle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many people that call them June Boy 1996. I don't know too many people that call them Sidro 23. I don't know too many people that call them Delayed J. I don't know too many people that call themselves Brandon D. I don't know too many people that call themselves Yasuke Knight. I don't know too many people that call them Damon T. I don't know too many people that call them D. Coleman. I don't know too many people. You kind of get the picture. You kind of get the picture, people. No, it's only one Alex Edwards, okay? Let's just get that fucking... Everybody knows this Alex Edwards. Everybody knows this Alex Edwards. There's a lot of motherfuckers that might call themselves Mad Mike, but the point is that there's only one you. And I said all of that nonsense to say this. Not everybody is supposed to be good. Let me say that again. Let me say it again. Let me say it. Let me read it. Maybe I should spell the words out. NOTERYONESUPPOSED. So if you can't comprehend that, it says not everyone is supposed to be good. Yeah, not everybody's supposed to be good. And that's just, the reason why I say this is because we got so many people that are pissed off about simple signings like Mac Hollins. People are really pissed the fuck off because the Falcons have signed Mac Hollins. Yeah, they pissed off. And this is one of the main reasons I said last night that when you look at the Atlanta Falcons and what they are doing, they don't care about name brand stuff. How many times I can tell you, bro? How many times at some point you gotta understand the Falcons can give two flying Hawaiian fucks about who is popular. Nobody, they can give two fucks or flying fucks about a motherfucker who played good at Alabama. They can give two fucks, flying Hawaiian fucks, flying Brian Pillman Hawaiian fucks, okay? About how the hell these Falcons fans see them. They don't give a fuck, okay? So I'm saying all of this to say this, okay? This is another issue that I have with fans. And a lot of these content creators who y'all know exactly who the fuck they are. You know who the fuck they is. They never give you, they never really give you their points and their take on guys. like a Drew Dahlman? When the last time your favorite content creators spoke about Drew Dahlman? When was the last time that your favorite content creator did a whole breakdown on guys like Dorian Thompson-Robinson? When was the last time you seen your favorite content creator did things like that? When was the last time your favorite content creator went down memory lane and started talking about guys like, let's throw a name out there. That's a name out there. Let's throw a name out there. Anybody remember a guy by the name of Dominique Franks? Yeah, you didn't get that. You didn't get that, did you? Dominique Franks. When was the last time your favorite content creators, and that's plural, that means everybody's involved. You're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you're a fan of other teams. When was the last time that your favorite content creator went on and on and on about guys like Dominique Franks and punters and long snappers and things like that, and coaches who coached back in the day? When the last time you see them? How many times do you see them every year break down defenses and schemes and how they, one guy like to play a lot of zone. This guy is, when was the last time you see that? You don't see that quite often. You don't see it a lot. It's about pleasing every little, look, the reason why I'm saying this is because we're systematically programmed by ESPN and the media to think that anybody who is nothing less than elite as a quarterback, that he's not worth a damn. We're systematically programmed to think that because we don't get a guy, whether it's via trade, whether it's via free agency, that we aren't trying. That's just not good enough. We're systematically designed to only care about what the defensive line and a guy like Calais Campbell being in, his prime. We're systematically programmed to think that those moves aren't very valuable moves. They aren't valuable moves at all. We're systematically programmed to think if we don't go all out and spend every fucking dime on one particular player or one particular aspect of a team, that you fucking suck. That getting to the playoffs and having an MVP career, MVP season, and a Hall of Fame career because you don't win one championship, you fucking suck. And you do not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. We're systematically programmed to really think about things like that. So the reason why I have a fucking problem with this is because we have a lot of people excuse me, I'm just reading you guys' comments. But yeah, that's what we actually do. We read comments over here too. So your favorite content creators, you ask them why they only pick and choose the comments that they only like, they care about. Yeah, pay attention to all that type of stuff. Only pay attention to the content creators that always pick out the stuff that they agree with. Yeah, most of them only focus on things that they agree with. Nah, we hit it right over the head over here. If we disagree, we're gonna bring you on the show and we're gonna try to make sense of it. It's gonna be hellacious, it's gonna be crazy as hell, but we're gonna try to come to a common ground to understand what guys like Chuck, guys like, Brittany Kelsey, you know what I'm saying? People that disagree with our point, we're gonna actually sit down and have a logical conversation. When was the last time you see that from your favorite content creators? Yeah, I'm pointing fingers right at them. You know what I'm saying? And when you see them doing what we're doing, call them out. Okay? We got a lot of imposters over here too. We got a lot of people that take our ideas And y'all know exactly who they are. They take our ideas because y'all see it. But the thing is, I understand that some people just don't want to be, in the middle of quote unquote issues. Yeah. You see them steal ideas. You see these people doing exactly what we're doing and don't even properly give us the respect to even say, Matt Mike had a good point. K-Styles had a good point. Blackberry had a good point. Big Ant had a good point. Coach Unchained. That rest of the crew, Miss Maggie, everybody has a good point. They don't even give us the proper due respect to say, this is a good show or it was just a bad show. They don't even give us the proper respect to even just say, you guys are bad. You guys are you just take our shit, model it as your own, and then fans are looking at you, or the people, excuse me, I hate that fucking word fans, because we all fucking fans at the end of the day. So people look at you guys like, oh shit, I know where y'all got that from. Why don't you just give these guys the proper respect? Just to properly cite guys. That's it. Just to properly cite us. That's all we want. Just to properly cite us. We got some good ideas, or we had some terrible ideas. Just properly cite us. That's all we need. But I'm saying all this to say this. Stop listening to these people that's only selling you a dream. They only talk about the popular things. And this is one of the main reasons why I had an issue with this particular subject matter, is because I'm seeing this all over the place. I'm seeing this on Twitter, I'm seeing it on Facebook, I'm seeing it all over the place. You guys follow Eric Parker, cool dude, on Facebook, has a pretty decent following. Him and DeMario, those guys, cool dudes, love them to death. You see that most of the people that come at them, it's always people. It's always two things. You have a difference of opinion, and you're trying to smash it down people's throat with facts or perceived facts. See, your perceived facts or your opinion isn't relevant. Okay? Let me say this again. Mad Mike's perceived opinion or idea of what the Falcons should be or should do isn't relevant. Nobody gives a shit about what Mad Mike thinks the Falcons should do. So we shouldn't go at people who say, I really believe at Desmond Ridder. I really believe in Desmond Ridder. Why go at a guy because they say that, or go at a woman that says, I like Desmond Ridder? Without logic. No numbers behind what you're saying, that Desmond Ridder suck and all this type of stuff. It's the repetitive things over and over and over again. Okay? It's the same, what's up, Eric? What's good, pimp? But it's the same shit over and over again. A motherfucker would just say, I don't believe in Desmond Ridder because they dick so far up Lamar Jackson's ass, they don't want to give a guy any credit. Or they behind is twerking. I'm talking about twerking, bending over backwards. Suki Hunter, Tiana Trump style. Y'all bending over for Lamar Jackson. You bending over for these guys so much that you can't even give your perceived Falcons team, and you said you're a Falcon fan, you wouldn't even get this guy a shot. You wouldn't even give him an entire year to even see if he's going to be good worth or not. Why? Because you're so focused on Lamar Jackson. You're so focused on guys what everybody else had. You focus on a guy like, let's just say Josh Allen. You worshiping these damn superstars so bad, you won't even give your own team the chance or the time to even build something. Dude had 4 games, and I showed you guys the stats behind Desmond Ridder. If you look at his first 4 starts, compared to the greatest of all time, when it's perceived to be the greatest of all time in Tom Brady, the numbers are awfully similar. Awfully similar. But everybody will call Mike, oh, you can't make that comparison. Why not? It's the first 4 starts in both guys' career. Desmond Ridder, compared to Tom Brady, hasn't thrown an interception. He's had 2 fumbles, I believe it was. I think one of them was a misdirect snap, and then he fumbled the snap. So I think he had 2 fumbles on the year. You know, I think he threw a pick, but they ended up calling that back because of a penalty. So let's just say 3. Let's just say 3 to be safe, to be fair. Let's say Desmond Ridder 3 turnovers. But if you look at the touchdowns, he's like 2 or 3 touchdowns away from Tom Brady. No interceptions, and about 200 to 300 yards away from the total, a 4-game total from Tom Brady. So this is the shit that really pisses me off. And we're saying this right now. This is the reason why I had to speak on this shit. Lamar Jackson is ready to quit. Lamar Jackson is ready to fucking quit, but we up here so far down his behind, or up his behind, we don't even look at the fact that we're building something that's real. The Falcons, this is the first time in quite some time that the Falcons have went out and spent money on the defense the way they've done so. David Onyemata. They brought in Calais Campbell for a visit, as well as Trey Flowers. They signed Caden Ellis, a guy who had 5 sacks on the season. Him and David Onyemata, those guys have 12 combined sacks on the season. You re-signed Lorenzo Carter. You signed Jesse Bates, an all-pro safety. You bring in a pretty good cornerback in Mike Hughes himself. So the Falcons have went out of their way to really focus on the defensive side of the ball. But guess what? None of that matters because we still got our head up Lamar ass. The Falcons have went out their way to make sure that they're going to shore up the defense. They're going to make the right moves to at least have an opportunity to improve that defensive line. How many years and how many times have we said in the last 10 years when are the Atlanta Falcons are going to add some depth on? When are we going to go after some good defensive linemen? When are we going to at least try to bring in defensive line? When are we going to draft guys? When are we going to sign some good DBs? When are we going to go out and do these things? And yet we do it, and you motherfuckers still not happy. Eddie Goldman, another guy. So these guys are actually taking strides to improve the team, something that we've been begging for since 2016. Just make an effort to go after defensive guys. Let's just make an effort to go after these guys. And we do it, and you still say, why is Terry signing all these trash guys? And this is what I really wanted to speak on. This is what I really want to speak on, because we have quite a few people. Say this. What the hell we need with a damn Mac Hollins? What do we need with a Mac Hollins? As you motherfuckers ain't never seen the Saints block our kicks How many times have we seen during games where a single special teams blunder, a missed field goal, a bot snap has been the turning point in games? How many times have we seen that just this year? And quite frankly, we've been on the receiving end, on the good end of said blunders. Just saying. We see this all the time. The Falcons literally lost a game because they didn't do one thing well. The Falcons, let me be real about this. Let's keep this real. The Falcons lost that Super Bowl because they didn't do one thing well. And I know a lot of people gonna say one thing. The Falcons lost the Super Bowl because they did not think special teams was an important factor. We had the best kicker in the game that year. We had the best kicker in the game in Matt Bryant in that year. If that's Morton Anderson in his prime, if that's Jason Elam in his prime, is that Tucker in his prime, the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens? You don't see, or you don't make that call as an offensive coordinator to pass it. Why? Because you got the best kicker in the game. That's the reason why the Atlanta Falcons, and that's one of the major reasons why the Falcons lost that game, because you didn't believe that kicker would be able to make that. And as hard as that is to believe, it's one of the major factors. Falcons did not play well in special teams. They did not tackle well. The Falcons had an opportunity to stop our guy on the goal line. We had James White just go absolutely insane. The dude had like 13 catches out of the backfield. From the best of my knowledge, I don't know how Desmond Ridder is going to change that. How is Desmond Ridder going to change that? How's Lamar Jackson going to change that? How is any quarterback coming to the Atlanta Falcons going to change the defense's ability or inability to tackle well? These are the things that we talk about when we talk about, building the team the proper way. Everybody want to jump to this and get this person and get that person. Let's trade for DeAndre Hopkins, and I'm going to get to that. Everybody want to trade for DeAndre Hopkins, but they fail to realize, guess what? Who's going to be the linebacker? Who's going to lead this team in tackles? Who's going to lead this team in coverage as a linebacker? Who is the Atlanta Falcons' go-to cover linebacker? That's the point. That's the issue that we're looking at right now. Can Caleb McGarry repeat what he did this past year? Who's going to be the left guard? Can Jonnu Smith step up and relieve Kyle Pitts? That's another thing. Can Drew Dahlman improve as a center himself? These are the aspects of the game that everybody's so not focused on. They could care less. Do you understand that Matt Collins is one of the most unique wide receivers in the game? And this is why I'm saying these. This is why I titled this the way I titled it, is not good. Not everyone is supposed to be good. Some people are just supposed to be very good, or some people are just supposed to be average. But when you look at it as a specialist, this is why you sign a guy like Mac Jones, but Mac Hollins. He's a guy that you can put in the slot, or you can actually put him in at quarterback, and he can run some RPO things with you. Did you know that? Did you know that, Falcons fan? Did you know that Mac Hollins is a guy that you can actually put in at quarterback? Did you know that? Did you even do your homework in how the Raiders actually use Mac Hollins last year? Did you take the time out to say that, to see that this guy is he's a very good, I'm gonna just say this, he's an elite run blocker. Did anybody even take the time out to really look at and what this guy does well? Or did you just say, oh, he don't look like, oh shit, he ain't Julio. Who the hell is this? You just look at his name and look at his stat and said, yeah, he's not going to be able to help the team. Did you do that, Falcons fans? Were you too lazy to do that? I'm just asking a question. Did you know that Mac Hollins had 690 yards receiving last year? That's more than most of our wide receivers that was on our roster last year. Yeah. Yeah, people. Yeah, let me say that again. That was more than most of our wide receivers on the entire roster last year. Did you think about that? Did you think about let me ask you this question too. Let me ask this question, because I know a lot of people probably don't think this is very important, but how many times have we seen Cordero Patterson almost break for a long run and he gets tripped up by a DB? Let me say that again. How many times have we seen Cordero Patterson break the line of scrimmage, the hole was wide open, but all we needed was our wide receiver to just hold on to that DB for a half a second more, or half a second longer? How many times have we seen Cordero Patterson almost take something to the damn house and got tripped up by a DB because our wide receivers couldn't block him long enough? Yeah, I'm drawing some memories now, huh? Drawing a lot of y'all memories. Yeah, y'all remember that? I remember, I'm gonna say this. I remember at the very least, I remember 4 times just last year where Cordero Patterson almost took things to the house, and we could have been, and we're talking about in big games. But he ended up getting tripped up because our tiny, small wide receivers, and this is no shot at OZ because he was a pretty good wide receiver, but he was little. He was not very good at blocking. Those are game-changing plays when your wide receiver can actually maintain the block, when your tight ends can maintain the block. So this is why you draft guys like John Fitzgerald. Anybody remember this big behemoth of a tight end that we had? He couldn't catch. He had hands of stone, but we can count on him to be a blocker. Levine Toy Lolo. Anybody remember Brian Kozlowski? This is another one for you. Anybody remember Bob Christian? Anybody remember Ove Muhaley? Yeah, those guys were excellent blockers. Uwe Muhaley got a $20 million deal because he was an excellent blocker. Let me say this again. Uwe Muhaley didn't get $20 million deal because he was Mike Allstott. He got $20 million because he was one hell of a blocker. Anybody remember who our fullback was in 2016? I know y'all gonna know this one. The guy who went to Baltimore because stupid ass, and excuse my French, But stupid ass Thomas Dimitrov decided he didn't want to pay $1 million extra for who? Patrick DeMarco. And when we lost Patrick DeMarco, our running game suffered. Huge. So this is the reason why I say when you look at these moves, you cannot look at these moves as if they have the potential to be a superstar. The Falcons had no idea when they signed Cordero Patterson that he would have 1,700 all-purpose yards and have damn near a Pro Bowl season. Nobody would have expected that. If I'm not mistaken, I think the guy signed like a one-year deal for like $4 million. And he quickly became one of the most important pieces to this Atlanta Falcons offense under not only Matt Ryan, but under Desmond Ridder, Marcus Mariota. He's one of the most dynamic players, not only on offense, not only as a wide receiver, but as a punt and kick returner. And we just saw him break a record. And we just signed this guy for how much? 2 years, about $12 million? So this is the reason why I continue to say that it's not the big splashes, it's not the big names that we should be so focused on. We're conditioned by the media to think that if you don't have a superstar quarterback or a superstar wide receiver or a superstar defensive end, defensive tackle, you can't win and get to the playoffs. It's a complete and utter disgraceful lie. Let's keep it real. How many guys on that Baltimore Ravens defensive line do you remember? Yeah, I'm about to hit you over the head with a fact right here. How many guys on that defensive line do you guys actually remember in that 2000 and 2001, one of the greatest defenses of all times? How many guys do you actually remember that went on that defensive line? I'm not talking about linebackers. I'm talking about the outside linebackers and the defensive tackles. How many guys that you actually saw that are in the Hall of Fame right now? Come on, people. This is regarded as one of the greatest defenses of all time. Come on, people. I know y'all smart. We got some intelligent people in. Y'all know y'all ball. How many defensive linemen from that team, 2001, that you actually know that went into the Hall of Fame? No, I got you, JB. You still should know. You still should do your homework. Look at all the greatest defenses of all time. You still got to know. Being young is not an excuse. Archangel said one. Got to do your homework, JB. Love you, dude, but you got to do your homework. Young is not an excuse to not know. Yeah, the comments went down. Terrell Suggs. He wasn't on the 2012 team, but that goes to my point. A lot of those guys were very good at one particular art. Tony Siragusa, the legend, just passed away. Sam Adams, Adalius Thomas, Johnson, I forget, Jason Johnson, Jared Johnson, Trevor Price, all those guys. Like Trevor Price was in the twilight of his career when he was with Baltimore. But the Baltimore Ravens didn't have guys that stood out and who was household names like that. Nobody really knew who Haloti Ngata was. Nobody praised Haloti Ngata. He didn't get a ton of sacks. Haloti Ngata was a great, run stuffer. He was great at doing one thing well, two things well, shedding blocks and keeping people off of Ray Lewis. That's what he was good at. So when we talk about not everyone is supposed to be good, everybody's supposed to be good at one particular thing. If you got a guy who's just a good special teams player, a la the great Devin Hester. Devin Hester was a terrible DB. He was he had hands of stone when he played wide receiver. But he's one of the greatest special teams of all time. The dude was just gifted. From the moment he stepped on the field in college to the NFL, this dude was an absolute Hall of Fame special teamer. So when I see signings like Mac Hollins, when I see signings like Tay Davis, when I see signings like a lot of people thought I was crazy when I said the Falcons should and more than likely will re-sign Caleb McGarry, y'all thought I was insane. Why? Because you judged a man based on what his performance was, and you didn't look at the total grand scheme of things, is that he played in a pass-first system. Offensive linemen need and must have that ability to run the damn ball. They want to smash guys in the face. They don't want to go backwards. Most big guys don't like to retreat. Most big guys don't like to be pushed backwards. But when you get these guys going forward and being nasty and disgusting, you saw the best of Caleb McGarry, and this is the reason why he ended up getting the new contract. And this is the same reason why I say give Jalen Mayfield the same respect. He did not play. For one, he was injured. But two, if you look at him in college, he played in a predominantly run-oriented scheme. And if you go back and look at that game against one of the best young pass rushers, even in the game today, Jalen Mayfield dominated him. Who is that guy? Chase Young. He absolutely dominated him. Every game that they played, Jalen Mayfield dominated that guy. So much so they was moving Chase Young all over the place. But when he lined up in front of Jalen Mayfield, he couldn't do a damn thing because he got physical, and Michigan continued to run the damn ball. Oh, these are facts. Oh, facts. It's all on tape, people. Yeah, it's all facts. Now, Rod Woodson was a shell of himself, still a productive player. Jamie Sharper, another guy, a shell of himself, but still a productive player because he was very intelligent. He used his IQ. He knew the basics of football, the tackling, knowing when to be in a certain situation, understanding formations and what the offense is trying to do to you. He understood these things. This is why Dean P said he want intelligent players. He don't want athletic guys. And we should know that better than anything. The Falcons had one of the most athletic DBs in that damn draft, and that DB is gone. And this dude ran about a 4.3. Yeah, ran about a 4.3. Insane vertical, all that type of shit. And when I say this name, y'all gonna be like, oh God, why do you have to do that to us? Kendall Sheffield. He was one of the most athletically gifted DBs in that draft, and that's why the Falcons went up and got him in the second round. Because of his athleticism. Dude is about as dumb as a box of rocks. Couldn't diagnose a play to save his fucking life. I'm sorry, Kendall, but yeah, your career as a DB is just horrible, bro. You just belong on special teams, and you belong, you just belong on special teams. You ain't got no business on defensive, being a defensive back. Like, he couldn't recognize a slant. So if you got guys like an Eric Weems, anybody remember Eric Weems? Yeah, we remember Eric Weems. One of the greatest special teams the Falcons have ever seen and ever had. Everybody remember a guy? Well, it's several guys, but Tim Dwight. Tim Dwight was one of the main reasons why we were able to go get a Michael Vick. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember Tim Dwight as a wide receiver? Or do you remember Tim Dwight as a returner? Yeah, y'all loving that, huh? You see where I'm going with this type of stuff? So when you have guys that specialize in a specific art, this is what made these guys good. Anybody remember Harvey Dahl? Yeah, we talk about Harvey Dahl all the time. Yeah, we talk about Harvey Dahl all the freaking time. Why? Because the Atlanta Falcons allowed Harvey Dahl to do what he does best, and that's be a mauler. Be disgusting, be filthy, to smash people, turn their ankles into piles, all that type of stuff. Harvey Dahl was known for breaking fingers. Harvey Dahl would get in a pile and start twisting your hand, twisting your ankles, toes, if he can get it to him. This dude had Ndamukong Suh crying about him being dirty, hitting people from behind. Like, Harvey Dahl was a disgusting human. Let me see. He was a disgusting football player. Dude was dirty as fuck. But if we played in a pass-first oriented scheme, we would have never saw Harvey Dahl at his best. Why? Because he's not a pass blocker. He liked to get dirty. And when he ended up going to the Rams thought they was getting the same guy, but they went in there trying to pass the ball. And then Harvey Dahl ended up having several injuries after that. Because what they did, they took away his aggressiveness. Anytime you take aggressiveness away from your offensive lineman, you're doing them a grave disservice. This is why Peyton Manning, Marshall Faulk, and Joseph Adai, those guys, they were so good because the Colts had balance. They knew the importance of balance. That's how you get the best out of your offensive line, is balance. This is the reason why Jalen Hurts ended up bouncing back. You saw that same Philadelphia Eagles team, they started believing their own hype. Yeah, they believed in their own hype. Yeah, they believed in their own hype. They stopped running the ball. They didn't use Miles Sanders anymore, and they end up losing the damn Super Bowl, and they end up pretty much, stalling out. Yeah, they believed in their own hype. They wanted to make it the Jalen Hurts show, and they end up losing because they didn't run the damn ball. How many times have we seen that scenario play out? This is the same thing that happened to the Rams against the Patriots. They could have ran Todd Gurley, but what they was trying to do is make Jared Goff the superhero. How many times have we seen this? Guess what? Kyle Shanahan could have ran the damn ball, but guess what he tried to do? He tried to make Matt Ryan the superhero when he didn't even need Matt Ryan to be a superhero. All he needed to do was run the damn ball, give it to the running backs, give it to Devontae Freeman, give it to Tevin Coleman. He took the ball out of their hands, and it took away that aggressiveness that you have for your offensive linemen. So when you take that aggressiveness from your offensive lineman, you're not going to get the best of them. This is why Caleb McGarry had a bounce back season, because the Falcons are not passing the ball 50 times a game. Now he's putting that big 6'7", 6'6", 340-pound frame on a guy like Cam Jordan. 30, 40 games, 40 plays a game. I don't know if my brother's 6'7", 245 pounds. Big dude, you don't want that big ass frame on you for 30, 40 frames. Hey, I'm just here to tell you. I played with one of my homeboys, basketball with my homeboy. And Big Al Ransom. Dude was 6'8", 300 pounds in high school. When I tell you, when I had to guard him, I absolutely dreaded it. Because all he was going to do is lean that big ass frame on me, and I couldn't do nothing about it. End up getting tired. It matters, people, when you got them big guys doing big guy shit. It matters when you got a guy like let's just say a running back, Adrian Peterson. You got to see Adrian Peterson 40 times a game, running the ball 40 times, and 30, at least, let's just say 30 times. You got to try to tackle this dude 30 times in the course of a game. Bro, that's a problem. And those are just carries, and not even, counting the fact that he may catch a bad pass out of the backfield. That's a big, angry dude coming at you. A guy like Beast Mode, trying to tackle Beast Mode 30, 40 times a game. Bro, that takes a toll on guys. It matters. One of the things with Chris Lindstrom and why he ended up getting the contract with the Atlanta Falcons is because if you look at him, one of the takes, the scouting report on Chris Lindstrom, he's a nice guy off the field, but he's a dirty son of a bitch during the game. He's dirty, he's disgusting, he's filthy. One of the things that while Jake Matthews continued to get paid $10, $15 million a year is because he's a dirty, disgusting bastard. He will smash your fucking face in. And I know Carolina players understand that, especially they DBs. Jake Matthews will pancake the living shit out of anything coming his way. So let's keep that real. This is one of the main reasons why we're seeing the improvement of the Atlanta Falcons. They went from 28 the previous year and 21 and to 22 to 10. Let me say this again. The Falcons' offensive line went from ranked 28th in the entire league. Almost the exact same line. Almost the exact same line minus Drew Dalman. To 10th. And the only thing that really changed was the idea or the focus. We got to run the damn ball. Yeah. Eric, that's the thing. If you just focus on balance, that's what made the Falcons. Let's just keep this real. I'm going to say this. I don't think the 2016 team was the greatest Falcons team offense of all time. A lot of people think that's the greatest offense, but I think the 2012 Falcons was much more dangerous than that. I think the 2012 with Tony Gonzalez, Julio Jones, Roddy White, and then you had Michael Turner. I thought that team was the offensive line was much better. The weapons that we have, I thought, Matt Ryan, he pretty much had an MVP season in my opinion. But they did the same thing in 2012. But I think at that time, Mike Turner had an ankle injury, so we couldn't really run the ball the way we wanted. I think he ended up getting a goddamn ankle injury at the end of the freaking game. No, that was Abraham. Something happened to Michael Turner's ankle, and he wasn't at 100%. I think he got like the last couple of games of the season, he ended up getting an ankle injury or something like that. I know Abraham did, but I know Mike Turner. But we didn't have a fully healthy Michael Turner. So if we were able to run the ball in 2012 instead of relying on, the passing game to get this, you're talking about another team. Like I said, I thought 2012 was just better than 16. That's my opinion. But when you focus on passing the ball, we see this same thing. We saw the same thing last year. We just seen it this year. The Bills tried to get too cute. They started buying into their own hype that Josh Allen was the next great thing, and they stopped running the damn ball. They wanted to pass the ball 50 times a game, and they didn't want to use Singletary. They didn't want to use any of their running backs, and they just stopped running the damn ball. They didn't use Burrow. They didn't use Mixon. They ended up rushing for like 100 and almost 200 yards rushing in playoff game last year. In the very next game, they stopped running the ball with Mixon. They started believing in their hype, and they started passing the damn ball. Every time a team loses, primarily in the playoffs, is because they don't run the damn ball. Gotta put an emphasis on balance. You gotta put an emphasis on having a rushing attack that's going to not only balance the passing game, because you got to figure out, especially as a linebacker and safeties, are they running or are they passing? You can use play action, you can use play action screens, you can use all types of stuff. We seen Julio Jones take a screen, you know what I'm saying? Take it to the house. These are the things you can do when you have balance. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a running game. And like I said, one of the biggest mistakes, and goddamn, you made me think about that again. But why would you have? It just pains me to even think about this. Why would you have Devontae Freeman guarding Dante Hightower? And I think Hightower was about to announce his retirement. But this dude has Hightower. Why would you put Devontae Freeman on Hightower? The dude is like 250. Devontae Freeman barely 200. The dude 5'7". Like, why would you do that? These are the things we be talking about when talking about, Arthur Smith. And when you look at Arthur Smith, I think I've said it time and time again. Arthur is one of the worst offensive play callers when it come down to excitement. I got y'all ass. Y'all thought I was gonna say something else then. Got y'all ass. But he's one of the worst. I'm talking about absolute worst play callers, because what he calls is effective. That shit is not pretty. He gonna make everybody. He gonna bore the living shit out of you if you want to see a bunch of deep passes, a lot of screens and things. Just a lot of aggressive play calling, aggressive offenses as far as throwing the deep ball and stuff. That's not what Arthur does. So he's boring as shit as a play caller. When I tell you he's boring as hell, he gonna run that bitch 10 times in a row, and people gonna be like, bro, just throw the damn ball to Kyle Pitts. Throw the damn ball. No, this dude don't care. Why? Because he's focused on effectiveness, efficiency. The Falcons were the top 5. They were top 5 offense. I believe they were ranked 3rd, may have been 5th. in red zone efficiency. I know they were top 10 in red zone efficiency. And the Falcons were one of the most efficient offenses. I think they were ranked 8th overall in offensive efficiency. That goes for first down runs, third down conversions, red zone, converting on short yardage. The Falcons were one of the most efficient offenses in the entire league. It's not pretty at all. Nothing that Arthur does is really pretty. But it's efficient. He's not gonna excite the fans, and that's one of the things that we just got to get over. We got to get over this bullshit with Mike Vick. That shit is done, people. That shit is done. I had somebody send me a damn a tweet that said we need to bring in Lamar Jackson so we can right the wrongs of Michael Vick. What the fuck are you talking about? Right the wrongs of Michael Vick? Michael Vick done already did that. He went to jail, motherfuckers. Sin forgiven. Hallelujah, Jesus. The hell we talking about right the wrongs of Michael Vick? If that motherfucker would have... let me stop. Woo-saw, Mike, woo-saw, woo-saw, woo-saw. Right the wrongs of Michael Vick? Yeah, I know I got y'all on that shit. Arthur is not pretty. It's nothing pretty about this. But if you understand from a football aspect what the Falcons are doing, even with their wide receivers, Demir Bird, Olamide Zaccheaus, these guys are gone. These little ass wide receivers, they gone, bro. These guys gone. The Falcons are trying to physically dominate and intimidate their opponents. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be old school domination. We are the nation of domination. We are. That's what the Falcons are going to be. This is what they're trying to create. The nation of domination, bro. They're trying to create the nation of domination where they physically dominate and intimidate their opponent. Every move the Atlanta Falcons have made have been big guys who, Yamada, big guy who can not only rush the passer, but he's one of the best run stuffers in the game. Grady Jarrett. We all know what Grady Jarrett is about. Caden Ellis. Dude is about 6'4". He's almost a T1000, aka Troy Anderson clone. Another big linebacker. Do we gotta bring in Troy Anderson? The dude's 6'4", about 250 his damn self. Jesse Bates. The dude is about 6'3", 220 pounds his damn self. He can play free safety and strong safety. They're creating a system where they're going to physically dominate their opponent. They're going to try to physically dominate their opponent. All of this pretty shit is just not going to happen, bro. This is why they don't need a Desmond Ritter to pass the ball 40 times a game. Now, I'm not saying that the Falcons or Desmond Ritter, if Desmond Ritter continues to improve as a passer, then you're going to see a game or two where he has 40 attempts, 45 attempts. You may see that. But for the most part, I can tell you at least 10 games out of the season, most of the Atlanta Falcons, especially if the Falcons' defense is much better, you're going to see numbers with Desmond Ritter. He's going to be like 15 to 25 or 25. He's going to be 20 or 23 with 250 yards passing, with like 3-4 touchdowns. Not pretty numbers at all. This is not what this Atlanta Falcons offense is going to be at this moment. And I've heard people say, boy, Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow lost the Super Bowls trying to be superheroes where they had to pass the ball 40, 50 times. And guess what Andy Reid did after he lost that way? He came in, he said, look, we can't keep passing the ball 40, 50 times a game and getting this guy hit. We got to put an emphasis on running the ball. I forget the little running back that they brought in. I don't know how the hell you say his name. But the running back that they brought in a couple of guys that was able to get them to. They made some offensive line. They made some moves with the offensive line. They brought in offensive line, and they just focused on the short yardage, occasional deep threat, a deep throw. But all they did was ball control for the most part. Check the ball down. Travis Kelce, a tight end, was their leading receiver, bro. The dude had 5,200 yards, and then Travis Kelce is your leading receiver. This is the reason why I've stated, don't be surprised if you see Kyle Pitts or Jonnu Smith. These guys have like 60, 70 catches apiece. You're going to start seeing tight ends, and a lot of offenses is not just catered to the Atlanta Falcons, but you're going to see a lot of tight ends have a lot of catches. For one, they're not as expensive as a wide receiver. Wide receivers are much more expensive than tight ends. Told you they're going to be more cost efficient because the quarterbacks, a la Lamar Jackson, these guys asking for $52 million a year. That's a lot of money to be given to a quarterback. A lot of money. So you're going to see a lot of tight ends being, and this is why like I said, I love Brock Bowers, but I'm not getting my hopes up. We ain't got a shot, no chance in hell at getting him. But like I said, man, like this is one of the main reasons why I've stated, like, we got to get out of this mind frame, Falcons fans. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with having a preference. Everybody's entitled to their preference. But just because other people are telling you and they're giving you absolute facts, okay? The fact is the matter. And I'm going to say this time and time again, and I know I'm going to get some people that's going to unsubscribe because of this. Just because you think Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback doesn't mean it's so. Okay? Just because in your heart of heart that you think that he's an elite passer doesn't make it so. Fun fact. Taylor Heineke career total, one season, not career. A single season passing yards. Yeah, he got more than Lamar Jackson. Let me say that again. Taylor Heineke has more as a single season passing yards is concerned. His high, 3,400 plus yards. Lamar Jackson, 3,200. So when we talk about a guy, everybody's put that elite title on him. He's not an elite quarterback. Lamar Jackson is an elite playmaker. Completely different concepts. Lamar Jackson is an elite playmaker. You get multiple things when you talk about Lamar Jackson. That's why it's so tough to guard him. You don't know if he's going to throw the deep pass. You know he's going to be able to escape the pocket. He can do a number of things. It's just he got the elite speed to break away Like, Lamar Jackson is an elite playmaker. And a lot of fans get these concepts screwed, misconstrued. He's not an elite quarterback. There's nothing to say that this guy's an elite quarterback outside of that one outlier year, and he hasn't replicated or duplicated or even gotten close to that since. Terrence Holmes, your quarterback shouldn't be your leading rusher. Absolutely not. Yeah, your quarterback shouldn't be your leading rusher. For one, you're going to get this guy hurt. That's one. I never like to see a quarterback leading the team in rushing. I hate to see Josh Allen running the ball as much as he do. He's a ticking time bomb. He's going to be Lamar in a couple of years. I can promise you that. The reason why the Ravens don't want to pay Lamar isn't because they don't think he's an elite player. He's an elite player. They don't want to pay him $200, $300 million because he's not an elite quarterback. And this is why guys like RG3 he's so upset, because he's looking at Lamar as an elite playmaker. Defense is so good these days. We got guys that on defensive line is running a 4-5. Jordan Davis is running a fucking 4-5 at defensive tackle. These guys are 6'7", 350 fucking pounds out here running a 4-4. And you think Lamar Jackson is just gonna get away from these dudes? Nah, bro. Ticking time bomb. Tick, 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 tick. Ouch! Grab my leg. We saw this time and time again under Mike Vick. Mike Vick got hurt so much. A lot of injuries in his career. Why? Because those guys, those super athletic guys, caught up with him, end up getting hurt. Saw it time and time again. Just look at just go back and look at the sideline where Arthur Blank was actually got that man in a wheelchair. And this is where people have a big problem with anyone that has anything to say about Lamar, is because y'all looking at him as a superstar playmaker. Lamar is an elite playmaker, which is one of the main reasons why he does deserve to get paid. He deserves to get paid big time money because he is an elite playmaker. But you don't deserve elite quarterback numbers. Okay? The Ravens are giving him elite playmaker money. Okay? Name a wide receiver that you know that's getting paid $30 million. Julio didn't get that money. AB didn't get that money. Randy Moss didn't get that money. What running back did you know? AP didn't even get that money. These guys are an elite playmakers. Whether it's in the passing game or the running game, these guys are absolutely elite. But when you talk about Lamar Jackson and you look at his stats as a quarterback actually throwing the ball, he's not elite. He's good. And we throw that word around, elite, like it's just normal. It's not normal. There's only one elite quarterback in this league right now. And his name is Patrick Mahomes. Let's keep that real. Josh Allen is a very good quarterback. Joe Burrow is a very good quarterback. But that damn Patrick Mahomes in a league of his fucking own. And that's the facts, Jack. Shout out to Jack on one time for fan. But this, like I said, these are the things you got to get right and get out of your feelings when it comes down to your favorite player. If people actually knew what the hell they were talking about instead of actually getting in their feelings and understanding what people saying. Understand what people are saying before you get on Twitter and get on Facebook and just call everybody a hater because they're not saying exactly what you believe is the truth. Get it right. Lamar is elite. Come on now. What? I'm a Steelers fan. This is embarrassed for a Steelers fan to even say something like that. Y'all actually saw, you actually saw a good quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger was actually a good quarterback. If I'm not mistaken, he has well over 40, 50,000 yards passing in his career. And you gonna sit up here and tell me with a straight fucking face as a fucking Steelers fan that Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback? Come on, bro. This is the stuff we be talking about. You've seen goodness. You've seen great quarterbacks. And you gonna sit here with a straight face and say Lamar is an elite quarterback? Stop it. Show me the numbers that said he is an elite quarterback. Because when you put him in the category of the rest of the league and the rest of the elite quarterbacks, his passing numbers is nowhere near the same. Don't disrespect the great Ben Roethlisberger by saying Lamar's, because he don't even got Big Ben numbers. But you up here saying that he's an elite quarterback. I've seen Ben Roethlisberger take over games with his fucking arm when he couldn't move a fucking lick. So you set that shit up, you Steelers fan. I've seen him have several games where he had 350, 350, 350, 350, 5 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. I've seen that from Ben Roethlisberger. Name me a fucking game where Lamar Jackson has had 5 straight games let me say this. How many times have you seen in his career Lamar Jackson have 8 games in a row where he's had over 300 yards passing? I'll wait. Come on. Let's get to it, pimpin'. Y'all said he's elite. Let's get to it. Let's get to the real. I don't want to hear this bullshit excuse of, well, if he just called the passing play, if he just dropped the wide receiver. Man, shut up. Y'all got rid of AB and still had the same fucking number. So I want to hear that bullshit about the Ravens not drafting no fucking wide receivers. The biggest fucking cop-out in the universe. When you got fucking Matt Ryan that had Harry Douglas as a leading receiver with no Julio, no right. Man, get out of here with this bullshit. You said Lamar you said he's an elite quarterback. Understand what you're saying, sir. And I would have greatly appreciated if you would hit that subscribe button because I love these types of debates, but you gotta give me the absolute proof. Don't tell me that you think he's an elite quarterback without actually showing the fucking facts. Don't tell me you got $100, bitch. I need to see the $100. What good is you telling me you got $100 in your pocket and you gonna let me borrow? Well, that I need to see it. See, look, no, Lamar Jackson ain't no 45-16. The Baltimore Ravens are 45-16. See, this is the same shit. It's the same recycled shit, people. Notice every time you got guys like Robert Griffin III, they keep saying the same dumb shit over and over again. Oh, he got X amount of touchdowns passing. Oh, the team, he's 45-16. The team is 45-16. It ain't called the Lamar fucking Ravens. It's called the Baltimore Ravens. Well, the Baltimore Ravens have, in the last 10 to 15 years, these guys had a grand total of about 10 plus years where they were ranked top 10 or more or greater. So So don't give me this shit. And you should know better than this, being a fucking Steelers fan, how important defenses are. Like I said, I don't want to hear what your opinion is about Lamar. Show me the money. Show me the numbers, sir. I don't want to see a fucking film of him throwing, 3 deep balls in the fucking game and say, oh, this is what elite quarterbacks do. No, elite quarterbacks are consistent. Drew Brees is a fucking Hall of Famer because he had 10 straight years of 4,000 plus. Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer because he was consistent. Steve McNair, one of the most consistent quarterbacks of his age. He should be going into the Hall of Fame. I can go on and 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 with examples of guys that has consistency. You can't even show me 8 games in a row where this guy done had 300 plus yards back to back to back to back to back to back to back of Lamar actually throwing over 300 plus yards time and time and time again. Everybody got all these opinions, but nobody want to put the money where the mouth is. They want to argue for 20 years, but they can't show you where Lamar is he's a great quarterback, he's a great passer. They want to go to shit like records, and they want to go to shit like touchdowns and shit. What the fuck that got to do with anything? I can show you a motherfucker who ain't even in the league no more, but he had 10 touchdowns in the damn season, and we ain't heard from him since. See, here goes Chuck with that bullshit. I ain't studying your shit, Chuck. You done already show your head so far up Lamar ass. I love you, bro, but you know your head up his ass. Oh my God, shut up, man. Like, you gonna really say that? The Steelers played the Atlanta Falcons, okay? This is where people just be talking out of their ass and they don't even understand what the fuck they be saying. Did the Falcons not play the Steelers this year? This is why I'm about to kill him on his own fucking comment. I'm about to kill him on his own comment. It's the 2020s. Defenses don't win games. Offenses does. Do you know, sir, that this is the lowest scoring? This has been the lowest year for offensive scoring, okay? In the past few years. Did you know that? Yeah. You didn't know that, did you? The combined total this year was around 40 points a game. That's been the lowest in the last, the last 5+ years or so. This is the lowest total of scoring a game. We're talking about averages. So what that tells you, defense is getting better. And champagne bath. See, this is when you know they crack babies. This is when you know a motherfucker crack baby. They use a team record and say Lamar needs to get better. That's when you know a motherfucker crack baby. He would use a team record and say Lamar is good. 45-16, yeah, Lamar needs to get better. It's a team record. What the fuck are you talking about? Do you even understand what you wrote down there? Motherfuckers say the stupidest shit and swear they right. He would use a team record, okay, which consists of several numbers. Okay, that I can't make this shit up. You use a team record that consists of several numbers and say one guy is responsible for those several numbers. Bro, you cannot make this shit up. You can't make it up, bro. Look. This is why these videos, this is why I love going live, because people say the damn, you remember that shit with Bill Cosby used to hold kids say the darnest things? Falcons fans, the football fans say the darnest things. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, Champagne. My bad. I thought you were saying that. I'm sorry. My bad. But that's the stuff we talking about. I apologize. They would use and that's the thing. That's the thing that I'm saying, bro. Don't use a team record and then try to appoint that team record to one particular guy. That's crazy. Scottie Pippen didn't win shit without Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't win shit without Scottie Pippen. So don't appoint and just say one guy's responsible for a team fucking championship. That's asinine. There are 3 phases of a game: offenses, defense, and special teams. Y'all try to appoint a team record and a team accomplishment to one guy and say this is the reason why he needs, and this is why he has to, and this is the reason why he has to, he deserves $300 million. Well, the Ravens have always had one of the best defenses in the league. They're always in top tier in sacks. These guys get after the quarterback. They get turnovers. They run the ball well. They have a good offensive line. Every year they have this. Are you implying that teams with top quarterbacks have the same record without those QBs? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you implying that teams with the top quarterbacks would have the same record without... Jesus Christ. Just like if you motherfucker would just read, bro, it would save you so much time to just fucking read. Drew Brees passed the ball for 5,000 yards 4 years in a row, and them dudes went 79, 79, 79, 79. Let me say this again. Drew Brees passed the ball for 5,000 plus yards 4 years in a row, and those guys went 79, 79, 79, and 79. So the idea that you're trying to convey is saying that if you have an elite offense, it doesn't matter if your defense sucks. It's been debunked with just that one logic. That one example just killed that whole statement. This is the stuff, bro, you can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up. This is why LeBron James he has to have guys, and they continue to recruit. Why? Because he needs help. LeBron can't do it all by himself. This is the reason why the Hawks continue to try to get more and more players that extend guys like Bogey. Why? Because you need help. But for whatever reason, we got people in this world, and I don't understand it, but they think if you have an elite quarterback, that's all you need to win championships. Totally disregarding that Tom Brady has had 16 out of his 20-something years, he's always had a top 10 defense. Totally disregarding that Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City defense, these guys are always ranked in top 5 in sacks and turnovers. Yeah. They're always ranked in top in sacks and turnovers every year in Kansas City. Look it up for yourself. You'll see. They always be near the top in turnovers and sacks. Always. Top 10. Always. So you got to have balance. You got to have balance. Okay? Having an elite quarterback is not good enough. Wow, Esteban, you ain't right for that. I think the real hate should be on CMC Entertainment for those bullshit bunk ass clickbait videos. Yeah, they getting out of hand. Everybody need to report that damn channel. Stop following these fake channels, bro. It's not shade. See, let me explain this. Shout out to Esteban. But this is again, this y'all got to get out of y'all, bro. It's okay to stop and really look at the situation. Okay, this has nothing to do with Lamar not being worthy of a contract. Okay? This has nothing to do with Lamar not being worthy of a contract. Let me say this again, okay? Maybe I say it 3 times. 3 times, I might get lucky. Get a little wet, You keep trying over and over again. How the song goes, dust yourself off and try again. Yeah, let me say this again. But Lamar Jackson not getting a contract has nothing to do with whether or not he is a good player. Lamar is a great player. The problem is the money. The problem is with the lack of they're going to have the lack of funds when it comes down to it. This is why quarterbacks, and you see a lot of teams are letting go of these veteran quarterbacks. We just saw another elite quarterback in Aaron Rodgers making $50-something million. Matt Ryan was traded the other in 21, offseason in 21, 22. These quarterbacks that making $40, $50 million, these guys are getting traded. Why? Because you can't build a team. So we need quarterbacks to understand that $50 million is going to be more harmful to an organization than it does for him. He's looking out for himself. He's well within his rights to look out for Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson, if he wants to win games, he has to understand what the Ravens are dealing with. The Ravens are going to drastically decline on the defensive side of the ball because you can't keep these guys on the defensive side of the ball when you're paying him $50 million a year. So the Ravens are not paying Lamar because they're trying to be spiteful or they're colluding. They just cannot afford it. There's no collusion. Okay? It's not collusion. They cannot afford it. The Ravens cannot afford to have Lamar Jackson with $50 million. He won a fully guaranteed contract. No matter how much he gonna sit up here, lie, and put Stephen A. Smith on the side on ESPN and lie, that man won a fully guaranteed contract. Don't let him lie to y'all. He want a fully guaranteed contract. That's why he's still having a damn hissy fit right now. But if they give him that, then the team is going to struggle. They're going to have to let a lot of them defensive linemen go, which they did with Calais Campbell. Yeah, they had to cut Calais Campbell because they couldn't afford it. Patrick Queen is a guy mad as hell because they didn't want to give him his money. So now he's paying on a 1-year deal, I believe. Patrick Queen, linebacker for the Ravens. They can't afford these guys. You got the wide receiver. I forget the wide receiver. He's complaining because he's not getting X amount of targets. There's so many things that go into this. And a lot of these players just think, oh, they're colluding against. No, they just can't afford it. That's why you see Geno Smith. A lot of these quarterbacks are signing contracts that are essentially 2-year deals. Yeah, you get $50 million in that first year, but in that second year, it goes down dramatically to around $30 million. Why? Because you can't pay these guys. We literally just saw what happened. And I tell you guys what was going to happen? We told you guys what was going to happen with Deshaun Watson. The Browns don't have money. Yeah, the Browns don't have the money. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to restructure his contract, and they're going to push all that money. They're going to borrow money they're going to borrow money for the future, and then they're going to end up having to get rid of a lot of players. Do you know the salary cap, the dead cap hit on Deshaun Watson is right now? For the next 3 years, for the Cleveland Browns, $64 million. Matt Ryan was at 52 when the Falcons decided to go his dead cap. The contract, I'm sorry, not the dead cap, but that's how much they're going to be paying Deshaun Watson for the next 3 years, $64 million to a quarterback, because they restructured his contract. So now all that money is going to be borrowed from that. So this is the reason why you don't want to give a guy like Lamar Jackson that money. So it has nothing to do with the fact that these guys don't believe. I honestly don't believe that the Ravens don't believe in Lamar. I think they I think they love Lamar. I think the fan base love Lamar. And obviously his fans love Lamar. But it comes down to being honest, being truthful. If you only looking out for yourself, everybody else gonna suffer. Lamar doesn't care. The team itself is going to drastically decrease, and they're going to get worse. Mark my words. The Baltimore Ravens, they end up giving Lamar $50 million guaranteed for the next 3 years plus. You're going to see that defense go down dramatically. We already saw it with the Ravens. Not the Ravens, but the Rams. Yeah, they went out and got everybody. They signed everybody. They traded for everybody. Used all their draft picks to bring in not Mustang, but Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, he gone. Yep, because they can't afford him. Robert Woods. Now they trying to get rid of Matt Stafford. They can't afford Matt Stafford right now. So it's not a matter of are they colluding against Lamar? They're just trying to get him to understand that, bro, let's just work this shit out. If we can work this deal out so it works well for both sides, that's what a team player does. Matt Ryan did it. Julio Jones didn't want to play ball with the Falcons. He got his money and got the hell on. He didn't give a fuck if the Falcons were in a bad position for 2 years. Julio, and not just Julio's deal, but Julio's deal was one of the main reasons why the Falcons had to get to this point. Because Julio bitched and complained, and they had to move X guys like Jake to restructure, Deion Jones and all these other guys. He had to ask all those guys to restructure their contract in order to pay Julio. So what they did, borrowed money for the future. So any guy that was a potential free agent, any guy that we had to, sign or re-sign, we couldn't get it back. Why? Because Julio took that money. He didn't give a shit about nobody else. Julio wanted to get his money. He didn't want to play team ball. And this is what Lamar Jackson is. And like I said, he's more within his rights to look out for him. But like I said, if he wants to win championships, then you want to play ball. Aaron Rodgers did it for years. He played ball with the Packers for 10 plus years, restructuring his contract, doing this and doing that. Now, I don't like what he's doing right now, but that's a whole nother thing. But we saw quarterbacks actually playing ball with the organization. One of the main reasons why the Packers are in the position that they're in right now is because they defaulted on things that they promised him. So he's not playing ball anymore. I don't like it, but I understand why he's doing it. So again, I do not think the Ravens don't want Lamar. I think they believed in him. They always have believed in him. But when it comes down to doing business the proper way, and if this team is going to contend for a championship, they cannot allow Lamar to be making $50 million a year because he's looking at everybody else's paycheck. Well, he's saying Matt Ryan got $48 million. Aaron Rodgers got $50 million. Kyler Murray got $50 million. Josh Allen you looking at everybody else and you're not looking at yourself. And that's the problem. Like I said, that's the problem. That's the problem that we have. We're looking at everybody else's paycheck and we're not looking at our own and what's good for our team. I think that 133, if they go up to at least 150 guaranteed, that's good for both sides. If they can get it somewhere under around 48 million, and just under 50 million, I think that'll work for the Baltimore Ravens. So if you look at the numbers, that's exactly pretty much where the number is. It's around they're trying to get it around 48 million a year. So like I said, I don't think Lamar is a terrible player. Not saying that at all. Never stated that. But when you look at his skill set, he's just not a quarterback. The numbers stated, his numbers, he can't. You can't go to a negotiator and say, I'm an elite quarterback. I'm a 5,000 yard passer. But you haven't done it 1 year. You can keep saying a lot of shit, but that don't mean it's true. And that's the thing with Lamar, is he doesn't understand at this point. And he need to get that, as Chauncey said, he need to get his mama titty out of his mouth, get him a real agent, and let them agents do their fucking job. Mahomes still throw for 200 plus went for 300 plus the next two games. Again, I keep saying this, when you look at Lamar, this is where his fans Lamar Jackson fans can't understand. They don't. Well, they understand that they don't want to They don't want to adhere to the truth. And the truth of the matter, he's never done it. If you can show me where Lamar Jackson has went 6 games, I can show you where Matt Ryan has passed for 6 games in a row for 300 plus yards. I can show you that. If you can show me 6 to 8 games in a row where Lamar has passed the ball for 300, and I mean consecutively, that he's passed the ball over 300 times, at the very least 6 times in a row, I'll take back everything that I said about him not being an elite quarterback. I'll take it back. If you can show me where Lamar has done that, I'll admit right now that I'm wrong about Lamar. See, remember when I said earlier in the show, everybody, these Lamar Jackson fans, they say the same things over and over again. It's always the wide receiver's fault, the offensive coordinator's fault, that Lamar ain't passing the ball for over 300 yards. It never fails. And then they throw it in the record, well, he's 45-16. No, the Ravens are 45-16. Lamar had a great, he played well enough. He had a big hand in that record, of course. But if you can show me 6 straight games, at the very least, 6 straight games where Lamar has passed for over 300 yards consecutively, I'll say I'm wrong. As a matter of fact, let me just go to his best year. Because I think that's pretty much the only year where he had, So let me bring up these Lamar Jackson stats. Okay, 2019, I think that was the year. So, yeah. Yeah, it's already not looking good. Yeah, it's not already looking good. This is the thing we talk about. 2019. Let me just look at every game in 2019 with Lamar Jackson. Because like I said, if you can show me Lamar Jackson 2019 stats. Stat muse. I mean his average just don't even, I don't even know why I ain't wasting my time doing it, because I already know. His yards a game is literally that year 208.5 yards a game. So he even on Stat Muse, he's not even doing it. Yeah. So not even on Stat Muse, his numbers don't even reflect that. So 3,500 in the MVP is low standard of success. He didn't even have 3,500. He had 3,100, okay? The dude hasn't even passed for 3,200 yards. Okay? Yeah, he didn't even pass for 3,200 yards, let alone 3,500. So he didn't even do that. Lamar couldn't even do that. Everybody want to put, oh, this woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, blah, blah, blah. You haven't done it, okay? When it comes down to contract negotiations, it ain't about what you say you could do. It ain't about what your friends think you can do. It's not about what your what your the former not even the former players, just current players. Excuse me. It's not even what they can bat for you as far as the film is concerned. If you're not doing it, that's it. That's all that matters. See, that man Dan Quinn trying to get everybody in the universe. Oh, have mercy. This man, see, again, he going right back to the same, bro. I swear, he going back right to the same, bro. That well is dry. It ain't no more water in that bitch, okay? It's no more water in there, George, okay? There's no more water in that well. That shit is dry. That man said, listen to this statement. This is what he's saying. It's like a repetitive cycle. Tell that to a defense that gave up a win because Lamar couldn't be stopped on the ground. You see that? You say a quarterback, but if your quarterback ain't quarterbacking, in the words of Blackberry lyrics, if your quarterback ain't quarterbacking, what the hell is he? He's a fucking running back. So he should be paid like a running back, okay? Not a quarterback. George, let me ask you this. What do you think Lamar is worth? Furthermore, I want to ask you another question on top of that. Would you want Lamar on your team and pay him? Chuck, shut up. You disqualified. Shut up. This is stupidest shit you ever said. Stop that stupid shit, Chuck. Saying some dumb ass shit. Again, this motherfucker up here telling me that stats ain't the measure. Man, shut up. Shut up. Somebody mute. Look, if I can mute your ass from typing this, just shut up. Just shut up. That man said stat doesn't measure the effectiveness of a quarterback. Man, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up, okay? It's like, just say the dumbest shit just because. And the crazy part, he really believed that shit. Motherfucker says stats ain't a measuring stick. Like, what the fuck do you look? Look at his fucking, you look at how big his fucking feet is or something? The hell you mean the stats ain't a measuring stick? The hell you talking about? Stats doesn't measure the effectiveness of a quarterback. Man, shut up. That's just damn dumb. Just shut up. I'm gonna make a damn rap song. That bitch gonna say, shut the hell up, shut the hell up, shut the hell up, shut the... Y'all need to shut the hell up. How the hell do you measure a guy's effectiveness if he ain't got stats? That's damn dumb. The hell are you talking about? George, why are you not using facts? Okay, you keep talking about my swearing. Look, let me say it. Let me say it for you, because you sound like somebody in their feelings because you're using dumb logic. People say dumb shit and then turn around and say, "Why are you cursing at me?" That's the thing. You do something stupid and then say, "Well, you ain't got to yell at me." You don't realize what you just said is just damn dumb. What else? Oh, what you want me to what you want me to do, George? Say, okay, kiddo. That's not really smart what you're saying, George. Oh, Georgie Poo. Lamar Jackson is very he's incredibly average. How about that? How about I say that, Georgie? Oh, Georgie. Lamar is incredibly average. How about that? I won't curse anymore. How about you guys? How about Mike never says anything, never says a curse word ever again? Jordan and LeBron are considered greats because of their stats. Like Southside, like that dude just like I said, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Come on.
He's talking crazy. Like just like how do you measure a guy's anything? When you go to Foot Locker, they ask you what's your shoe size? When you put on a jersey, when you decide to play basketball and they give you a jersey, they decide to give you a jersey, they ask you what size do you wear? When you try for the basketball team, they look at you and see how tall are you. They measure and see how tall are you. Yeah. So everything is catered by numbers. When you go decide you need some money and I need to pay my rent, what they gonna ask you? You gonna ask them how much the rent is. Like, people just say the darnest thing because they think it's true. Everybody give Georgie Poo a hug, okay? Because Georgie Poo is really in his feelings right now. Night Rider, how you doing, pimp? No, Lamar is not a top 5 quarterback. He's a top 5 playmaker. We say this shit all the time. People don't know what the hell they talking about. There's a difference. Lamar is not a quarterback. He's a playmaker he just so happens to play the quarterback position. When it comes down to the art of the quarterback, this is what a quarterback is supposed to do. He's supposed to lead his team in fourth quarter comebacks. Okay, Lamar is low on the totem pole of that. He's supposed to lead or be at least top 10 in passing yards. Well, Lamar is low on the totem pole as far as yards are concerned. Now, if you want to talk about passing touchdowns, yeah, Lamar is he had 1 year where he was one of the best touchdown throwers in the league. He had 1 season of that. If you want to say Lamar is a guy that doesn't make a ton of mistakes, yes, Lamar doesn't make a ton of mistakes when it comes down to throwing interceptions during the regular season. But when in the playoffs, the dude is bad in the playoffs. So, like I said, everybody keep talking about he's a top 5 quarterback. No, he's a top 5 player who just so happens to play the quarterback position. I don't think that what I just said gonna go over so many people's head. Lamar Jackson is a top 5 player that just so happens to play quarterback position. But when you look at the true essence of what the quarterback position is about and the numbers and what you expect of a quarterback, he's not a top 5 quarterback. Statistically, in no way he's that. outside of touchdowns. No, defenses don't fear Lamar. Okay, stop. I don't know who told you that, but no defenses fear Lamar. Okay? Nobody fears Lamar like that. You got to actually be on the field to actually fear a guy. The other players on that team that they fear more so than Lamar. Because you can develop a game plan to actually stop a mobile quarterback from running. The problem is that you got guys like Mark Andrews, and they had guys like they got a good running game. So it's not that they fear Lamar. Lamar Jackson is, again, he can make the big plays. It's easy to take a Lamar Jackson out. It's easy to take out a Michael Vick. But the thing is if you sell out on Lamar, this is when you got all these other guys that's going to end up, benefiting from that. So teams, I'm not going to say that they don't game plan to take away Lamar, but you're saying that they fear Lamar. I don't think teams fear Lamar. I think teams respect what Lamar can do, but when it comes down to actually fearing him, nah. If that was the case, he'd have more than 3,100 yards passing in the season if they feared Lamar. See, people fear Josh Allen. Why? Because Josh Allen can destroy you even if he's not running with his arm. He has that ability. The same thing with Joe Burrow. He has that ability not only destroy you with his legs, but he can destroy you with the passing game. That's something that Lamar has yet to prove, that he can do that at a consistent basis. Lamar is one of these quarterbacks that you pretty much have to have you got to have a good defense in order for Lamar to be Lamar. If you don't have a good defense to get the ball back into his hands, you're gonna be subjecting Lamar Jackson into throwing the ball when he's already shown, even in college, that he hasn't been a consistent thrower. And appreciate about it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We have chats like this all the time, so if you get in your feelings about something, it's nothing personal. We just like to have some great debates. That man said stop pushing these narratives. The Dolphins and the Bengals had Josh Allen looking crazy. Yeah, they had a good year. They had a good game. That typically happens. Not every quarterback is going to actually have 300 yards. They're not going to play well in every single game. Okay? So you're absolutely right. The Dolphins and the Bengals did have Josh Allen looking foolish. But guess what? Josh Allen has had more games where he's been consistent than he's actually looked foolish. That's the difference between an average quarterback and a great quarterback. Great quarterbacks, even when they look foolish, their teams are still in it. I.e., you got guys like Aaron Rodgers. If you look at that playoff game last year, Aaron Rodgers did not look good at all, but he still had his team in it. Why? Because you have other aspects of the team that's going to help you do that. And that's something when you look at Lamar, he's always had that safety net of having a damn good defense. I think Lamar, like I said, Lamar is a very good player as far as a player and his ability to affect certain games and certain situations during the game.
I think he's a guy that, like, especially in the red zone, Lamar is extremely effective in the red zone. He's extremely effective in short yardage situation. But when it comes down to actually managing a game, when you need him to pass the ball, when you need him to make those clutch throws and make those clutch throws in key situations, like a Matt Ryan, a comeback, when you need a quarterback, all right, it's fourth quarter. You got a minute and 30 seconds on the field. And the defense, they've held him in check as far as the run is concerned. Lamar, let's just say this. Lamar, we need Lamar to do one thing. We don't need him to run the ball at all. Let's not scramble at all. Lamar, we need you to throw our way back into the game. The defense is absolutely not allowing you to run the ball at all. They got that in check. Are you confident that Lamar Jackson is going to be able to make those necessary throws in clutch situations? That's the question I have for you guys. This man still have mercy. Shut up. But Chuck, bro, I swear you be playing Madden for real. But this man said if he had but as far as the DeAndre Hopkins is concerned, I don't necessarily believe DeAndre Hopkins. The Falcons are looking for him. Oh my God. Somebody just, like, George, you ain't making no sense. every time y'all we go back, all right, every time we bring up Lamar's ability to make necessary throws, they always say if he had these wide receivers. That's the crazy part. Geno Smith don't even have good wide receivers like that. But somehow he put up a better season than Lamar Jackson as a passer. Geno Smith put up better passing season than Lamar, but we up here talking about but the Ravens need more. Man, come on, bro. What you talking about? Yeah, see, this is why you people and these Lamar Jackson fans, it's all Lamar Jackson fans who's saying all this stuff. I told they got their heads so far up his ass, it's ridiculous. They keep using everybody else's, but totally neglecting the fact that Matt Ryan has not always played with a Julio Jones and a Roddy White. Okay, Roddy White was considered a bust when Matt Ryan got there. Let's get that right, okay? Let's get that straight. Julio wasn't there. Tony wasn't. He was considered an absolute bust. He had a young Mike Jenkins. He had a Roddy White that was considered a bust. Okay? And then furthermore, on top of that, Falcons had Tony. They was missing Tony Gonzalez. They didn't have Tony Gonzalez. They didn't have a Julio Jones. They didn't have a Roddy White. Okay? Matt Ryan still passed for over 4,000 yards with Harry Douglas as his, as his number one wide receiver. So this is the stuff we talking about. Y'all always try to use everybody else's weapons. Oh, Lamar ain't got this. Well, Matt Ryan didn't have weapons either, and he still got the job done. I remember Drew Brees didn't have Colston, a healthy Colston. He didn't have a healthy Jimmy Graham. But yet and still, he still got the job done. I remember Tom Brady just this past year the past couple of years, he didn't have Mike Evans and a lot of his wide receivers healthy, and he still passed for 4,000 yards. So don't give me this bullshit about Lamar not having weapons, because it's a weak and disgusting and low down, just like, it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. Trae Young don't need a goddamn all-star team around him for him to be averaging 30 and 15, okay? LeBron don't need superstars around him for LeBron to be a walking triple-double. He just is. Okay? Shaquille O'Neal gonna do Shaq shit. Kobe gonna do Kobe shit. Jordan gonna do Jordan shit. Don't matter who the fuck on the field and who isn't. They gonna do they shit. So this is why I say these Lamar Jackson super fans are just fucking weak. You're weak. It's a weak argument, and your statements, your opinions is just weak. The numbers aren't there. You don't have anything to back it up, so you start the blame game. It's everybody else's fault. It's the OC's fault. It's the wide receiver's fault. It's the general manager's fault. It's the head. It's the owner's fault. They don't give him no weapons. It's everybody's fault except for his. And he don't want who throwing the damn ball, but it's everybody else's fault. And like I said, meanwhile, Matt Ryan is doing the same numbers and more and better without superstar players. Like I said, it's just weak. It's weak, and it's a cop-out. And y'all got to do better than that. You guys are way smarter than that. And I'm absolutely disgusted by George. And you had a great quarterback. And y'all had a revolving door at wide receiver. You should be disgusted at yourself saying this stupid shit. Plaxico Burress, Antonio Brown, Juju Smith. I can just keep going on and on and on and on. And you saying this goofy ass shit. Y'all had revolving door at wide receiver. And you gonna say that, oh, it's because of, man, get out of here, man. Pittsburgh always had different wide receivers. You know, like that's the stuff that I'm talking about. Like that's the thing that I'm talking about. Y'all head so far up this man's ass, y'all don't even understand your own team. I can tell you, like I said, I can tell you about your team, Mr. Steeler guy. See, you keep, everybody like to use this word great and elite. They love to throw around the elite word and that great word. Okay? The thing is that Pittsburgh had a revolving door at wide receivers. Okay? Pittsburgh, and you know this true because you got one of my favorite guys right now in George Pickens at wide receiver. This is when you know football. Okay? I can tell you about your team. How are you capping for a guy that had less numbers than your guy? You know, that's the stuff that really is baffling for me. That this guy watched Ben Roethlisberger for 10 plus years, if you're that old. Pittsburgh Steelers fan has watched this guy for 10 plus years, and then you say Lamar Jackson is on the same level as a Ben Roethlisberger. That's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. That's just fucking stupid. Ben Roethlisberger is arguably a Hall of Fame, okay? Arguably. One of the best quarterbacks I've seen in this generation in the last 10 plus years. And you gonna say with a straight face that Lamar Jackson is on the same level as Ben Roethlisberger? Man, shut up. And we talk about quarterbacks. We talk about rushing for 4,000 yards in the damn season, okay? We're actually talking about the position of throwing the ball and the art of throwing the ball. So I want some of you Steelers fans, like I said, don't be shy, hit that subscribe button. I actually want you guys to head over to Blackberry Red's channel. Head over to his channel. We're gonna expand on this conversation. We're gonna expand on this conversation, okay? Because I want you guys. We're gonna do some soul searching. We're gonna do some grave digging, okay? We're gonna dig in the graves of the past, okay? Let's dig in the graves of the past, because this is the stuff we talk about. Maurice Martin, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Y'all up here capping for a guy that ain't even passed the 6. Again, you can't even show me. Everybody keeps showing me. Everybody keeps saying all these opinions and what Lamar is. And, oh, man, you crazy if you don't believe. Show me. Show me where you can prove with the numbers. I can prove everything that I say that Ben Roethlisberger is a borderline Hall of Famer. I can prove that with the numbers. I can prove it. Can you prove to me that Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback in regards to passing yards and passing touchdowns? Show me where he has the numbers to be considered amongst the best. Show me. Hey, Blackberry, put your channel in the somebody, if you guys can put the link to this. All right, I got it. Let me see that. Let me put him in there. See if I can do that again. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, we're gonna expand on this channel. Expand on this. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know why the link is dead. Okay, there we go. All right, so the link is pinned in the comments. So head over, like I said, head over to Blackberry Red's channel. We're gonna expand on this topic too. But like I said, look, show me. So y'all got a whole day, 24 plus hours, okay? You got 24 plus hours to go on Blackberry Rex, his channel. So subscribe to. I want all Lamar Jackson fans, anybody, whether you're a Falcon fan or you just an admirer of his skills, head over to his channel. Show me by the numbers that Lamar is an elite quarterback. I don't want to hear nothing about no quarterback ratings and all that. Show me the numbers. Show me the stats. I don't want to see no rushing yards. I don't want to see none of that. Show me by the numbers where Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback. Not even an elite quarterback. Show me that he's a very good quarterback. Show me by the numbers. So like I said before, this has nothing to do with whether or not I hate Lamar. The proof is in the numbers. I can prove that Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer, or at least arguably a Hall of Famer. I can prove that. that he deserved to be considered a Hall of Famer. Show me why you personally believe with stats, okay, that Lamar Jackson is an elite quarterback. This is your words. These are everyone's words. This is the exact same thing while Lamar is so frustrated right now because of the Ravens. The Ravens are asking the same questions Mike is asking. Show me where you deserve to be you deserve $200, $300 million contract. Show me. Falcons fan 88 been here, hearing you and the family for a year now, and what you guys share is by far better than any of the channels you listen to in the morning at work. Hey man, that's why we do this. We try to bring information and absolute truth, not fandom. I think we all fans of certain players. Everybody knows Peyton Manning is my all-time great. Right behind Matt Ryan as quarterbacks, one of my greatest running backs of all time is Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, wide receiver, Julio Jones, tight end, Tony Gonzalez, left tackle, Orlando Pace. I can go on and on and on. So it ain't even about whether or not it's about hating. Everybody have a connection to a player, but a connection to the player and a connection to the truth are two different concepts. And some people cannot disconnect from their fandom. And this is what all this Lamar Jackson thing is about. People don't want to disconnect from their fandom, and they don't want to enter the world of absolute truth. And what we do here is spit that absolute truth. Everybody knows I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. But ain't no in hell, I'm going to say with a straight face, I think he's the greatest of all time. Don't be stupid, Mike. Know what I'm saying? Don't be stupid. So I need Lamar Jackson fans to say to themselves, stop being stupid. Okay? Stop being stupid. Lamar is not a good quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback, excuse me. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not. You don't have the numbers. You cannot prove it. Okay? You cannot prove that he's an elite quarterback. You cannot prove it. So again, if you can prove to me statistically that Lamar is on par with Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, all these guys, if you can prove to me, then Mike will sit here and say to you guys that I am absolutely wrong. Lamar is an elite quarterback. Okay? I don't want to see film highlights of him throwing a deep pass and saying, oh my God, look at that throw. Look, even the goddamn dead rabbit gonna have his day. Okay? Every dog gonna have his day, every dead day. Look, somebody gonna have their goddamn day. Everybody gonna have their moment. So if prove to us on Blackberry Lorex channel, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Okay, prove to us. You got a whole 24 hours, 24 plus hours, about 26 hours or so, to prove to me that Lamar Jackson is an elite thrower of the ball. So if you guys cannot prove to me that, then your arguments are just non-existent. Lord have mercy. This man you sitting in front of the damn PS5, Chuck? This man really gotta, this man gotta be standing in front of his PS5. This man said, I can prove it right now. Put Lamar on the Bengals and Chiefs, and he rocking the fuck out. Man, shut up. Again, you're talking about an idea. That ain't truth. Okay? Yeah. That scenario you just came is not proof. That's something that you made up in your head. That's not truth. Come in, Chuck. Get a dictionary, Chuck. Okay? the facts is absolutely things that have happened. I mean, that's past tense. Okay, it's already happened. What you're alluding to is something that hasn't happened. So there's an illusion. Okay, that's an illusion. I said facts. Facts are something that already has. It's past tense. Okay, I need you guys to understand that. Okay, I need you guys to understand that. That's past tense. Facts are past tense. It's already happened. It is done. You know. When God said, "Let there be light," yeah, it's already done happened. Light is already here. So what you just posted, that ain't reality. That ain't happening, and chances are it ain't gonna happen. Emperor, how you doing? King Kill, Elite, how you doing, brother? Meant to shout you guys out earlier. Jet Life, Maurice Martin, Vlad, always good to have you. The Young Montana, how you doing? Like I said, man, look, we get heated in here, man. So this is all about the art of debates. Know what I'm saying? This is a healthy place where we can debate and really go in at each other, and not get in your feelings. It's just like I said, it's all about just debating. So if you guys love this type of debates, just hit the subscribe button, man. We do this all the time. We would love to have you guys in here, to keep adding to this. Like I said, I done went way longer than what I thought I was going. Jew is actually going on later tonight about 8 o'clock. He's going to have What's the Word, Dirty Bird. So we're going to be listening to him. So if you guys, also with Jew Talk Sports, he just hit 2K. We got the next, we got Coach Unchained. We got him coming. We got Blackbeard Lyrics. Like I said, man, we got a team of guys that just, we like to talk ball. So we might have another fan night at some point. We'll get to that so everybody can actually come on the show and speak their piece. But I would love the Steelers fans and fans of other teams to come on Blackbeard Lyrics and like actually talk some ball, because it get boring talk about the same Falcon stuff time and time again. But like I said, Lord have mercy. Hey man, if Lamar goes to the Bengals or the Chiefs, he'll be riding the bench for the rest of the career. Yeah, they not trading no Lamar for no damn Pat Mahomes, and they not trading no Joe Burrow for Lamar. That's just crazy. Like I said, man, it ain't got nothing to do with reality, bro. We deal with facts, things that have happened. We don't doing what ifs. We don't doing scenarios. It's what has happened. Okay? Don't tell me that this guy gonna be better than Michael Jordan. Show me that he's gonna be man. Show me that he's gonna be better than Kobe. Show me he's gonna be better than LeBron. I don't care about what your opinion is and what you thought. That don't matter. Show me. Show me the money. Okay? Show me the money. With that being said, we're gonna end it. I appreciate it. Love you guys, man. Continue to support your boy here, man. Mike Sports on the road to 10K. Like I said, man, we opening this up to all sports fans, right? All sports fans. This is what we do. Football fans. Like I said, if you guys have any questions to any of us, just leave a comment. Just leave a comment, and we'll get on that. We're actually probably, based on your comment, we may use that in as a topic during the show. So like I said, all you Steelers fans, Falcons fans, just football fans, NFL fans, hit that subscribe button, man. This is what we do. So if you like good old-fashioned trash talk, we get in each other's ass, bro. We go hard over here, as you guys see. So don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. No, we just like to talk shit over here. This is what we do. It's Mad Mike Sports. It's Atlanta Falcons Nation. 6-man K-Style, Blackbeard Lyrics. Coach Unchained, OG Johnson. This is what we do. We love to talk ball. We love to talk shit. We love to get grimy. We love to get dirty. We love the game of football. So if you love this type of environment, this is the channel for you. If you're sensitive and you don't like to hear curse words and all that shit, this ain't the channel for you. That being said, what's the word, Dirty Bird? Jew Talk Sports later tonight, 8 o'clock. Do not forget, all right? Head over, subscribe to them. That's all I got to say about that. And if you ain't down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.